and with Flicker Implosion in hand, it might wreck their formation. Good call on the Valentina Eterna. They do deliver. Bigetron Alpha, they want to copy the real-world manipulation and potentially the deadly catch. And high loss.
Debut Ixia.
Oh my lord.
It's a great combo.
So no, not Clint. They want DPS.
And if you look at the here he goes. Rafaela finally comes out. We already seen it on the MPLPH Grand Final where Rafaela can counter a lot of slow CC heroes.
From Yves.
Yeah, from Yves. That's why they're gonna use Rafaela and it's a tough draft. It's a tough match from the draft itself.
But if you had to choose, guys.
For me, on the early game, I think TLID can control the game, but if they cannot control the early game, BTR gonna win the first game.
Honestly, that Rafaela pick convinced me. Bigetron taking game 1.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. 2 debut picks for the first game here in the lower bracket finals. We're now gonna throw it over to our casters for game number 1.
There is no gray here. It's black and white. It's M6 or home. It's now or never for these two teams. Nothing.
5 seconds
There's
till the
nothing
enemy
that could-
reaches the battlefield. Smash
El
them.
Dorado Dome. Like you said, Sheffin, there's nothing they could do better to make it to this stage, to go forward. They just gotta do it. They just gotta show to the world who's better. Rafaela convinced Gani. The Ixia convinced Colias. What about you, Mr. Realize, man?
I said it in the drafting phase that there will be a possibility where the Rafaela could be brought up because, you know, Jeffin mentioned that the Rafaela hasn't been played in the playoffs, but I think there is an angle where Key would be able to utilize the Rafaela because of the slows coming in from the backline of Team Liquid ID, you know, the Bane, and again, the Yves that can always control and create that space for Super Luke if he wants to jump into the backline. But speaking of the emblems, there is nothing that is too particular, but the War Cry on the Valentina, maybe he wants to get the stacks going. The basic attacks, we talked about Moreno, he has been able to build the Stardom site, and now he goes for the War Cry as well. That's one thing that is kind of interesting to see from Moreno.
Super Ken with the speed of Alpha already locking Fabian down. The guy win not there. Fabian will fall, and Super Ken collects first blood.
It's a battle of disengage. It's a battle of kiting. And this time around, BTR dealt the first blow.
Yeah, they did. Super Ken's power spike right there with Spear of Alpha. He was able to get the kill towards that one player, which was Fabian, and this kind of slows down the Bane, but the Bane will, of course, bank the late game. Now, talking about the Ixia pick, I feel like Bigetron, they don't have any, you know, hard-locking backline dive, but Super Ken!
Spear of Alpha to the back, Witty's gonna be caught, forced to flicker out. Key now walking up, looking for the stacks down again. Super Ken diving deep, Key finds the kill early on. It's 2-0 to BTR.
They kept on going. Key with the Rafaela, of course, negates the slows, and this is going to be pretty scary now for Team Liquid ID, but again, still, minute number 2, Turtle on the menu.
Aran very low, Super Luke not level 4 just yet. Deadly Catch to be used up right now as Key goes for it, but Fabian will win the retreat battle. Moreno walking forward, Iman with the entropy, but a guiding win helps him to escape. No retribution on Fabian, he might have to lose out this purple buff, and that he does. Super Ken should be able to take this. He has kill, unable to compete with the retribution.
They better thank God that Moreno is not level 4 just yet, just now, but that was interesting. Fabian's gonna lose that purple buff against Eternal for Bigetron Alpha, so there is still some counterplay there from Bigetron Alpha as they're up 1.2k gold lead. Talent prediction by GoPay. Mr. Realize, you're going for the cavalry.
Yo, I mean, these guys, yeah, of course, mental block and all that stuff that people have been talking about, but I just want to see them kind of succeed because the young blood, I mean, fair play to Bigetron as well. I feel like these are players that are also, you know, waiting for the time to go to that international stage, but then again, Team Liquid ID, I feel like will be, you know, the better team today, but of course, we will hope that this will be a spectacular game to watch.
For sure. Key on the Matilda so far. Only lost of home. Eman
with the entropy going forward. Aaron Shiki already taken very, very low. Now Key coming in as well. Eman will be able to pick that up. Now it's going to be the circling eagle from Witty. Not able to dish out some damage. Not all the damage. The holy healing really playing a part into that win. Moreno has stolen the real world manipulation. Will try to check the bush. Witty will recall and he will get it. BTR though, an overwhelming lead in the bottom lane for the man on a mission, Iman.
Yikes, we talked about the Ixia being that ranged pick that could really just negate the dive and play with the range, but I feel like in a 1v1 situation, the Natan can just eat the Ixia. Because of the burst damage with the entropy, the Ixia does not really have any tools except from the knockback that she has. But when the Natan goes all in and is isolated with Ki behind him, it feels like the Ixia, excuse me, will just lose. But in a long drawn team fight, the Ixia can just burst out and constantly give the damage, and I feel like it could also bait the resources coming from Bigetron Alpha.
The first item for Aaron Shiki, something to look for TLID, and now second total fight. 4 people already.
Super Luke finding 2, now the real revelation from Moreno, but it's gonna be the full barrage as well. Fabian winning the retreat battle. Moreno gonna be caught very, very low. Witty with a circling eagle knocks him up, but he's still gonna be able to survive with the holy healing. Iman rotating over, got enough damage to take them down. Ki, no mana, and it is gonna be TLID with a team fight turtle win.
Super Luke might have the Iran experience against RRQ right now. Against this much kiting, against this much slow. What is he gonna do if he jumps in?
That's the problem, right? There is a lot of zoning from Team Liquid ID. If you want to jump as Super Luke, number 1, there's the real world manipulation. Number 2, there's the deadly catch. And number 3, Aaron Shiki is just chilling on his chair in the back, popping the full barrage to just hit into the players of Bigetron Alpha, and that will be the problem. The question is how they can jump into Aaron Shiki. That will be the main focus of Bigetron Alpha. But around in the top side with the high loss, he will just tank this out. Supercan might be in trouble.
Defensive Spear of Alpha, the glorious pathway already used up already. Heat with a holy healing. This is why it was picked up. The anti-slow.
The anti-slow to counter the slow from Yif, and to remind you all that these 2 heroes, Yif and Natan, has been so far the heroes of MPL Indonesia Playoff Season 14, and they are gonna actually trade it out, battle it out, and Eman once again pulled the trigger.
In a 1v1, the full barrage will land a flicker forward, almost a solo kill. Iman still able to survive, Ki very low, forced to use the flicker and burn it away. 2 gold lanes with the flicker, but Ki will lose his as well. Moreno walking up top, providing cover for BTR's Tier 1.
That was scary. Aaron Shiki popped the full barrage, was able to solo kill, a rather closely solo kill the players of Bigetron Alpha, Iman, but now the glorious pathway.
And the holy baptism.
Okay, just to give them a little bit of scare there, because on Alpha right now they have some turrets. Also does TLID. The third total objective. This is gonna be tough for both teams. I feel like TLID, in that occasion just now, they were actually behind and they were able to actually take it. So, what's gonna happen here this time around?
I'm thinking of maybe Moreno who will really become a menace when the game progresses, because he will be the one who will probably catch out on Shiki and burst the resources of TLID in a turtle fight.
Still gonna be claimed right there. Super Luke jumps into the midst of it all. Now it's into the real world manipulation, popped in by Hezkiel. Caught in the holy baptism. TLID decide there's nothing to fight for. We've lost Aran, we've lost the turtle, but BTR on the other hand will try to look for more. In the mid lane, popping entropy already, but the full barrage will surely force them back. A deadly catch stolen from Moreno.
Ooh.
And that will be it.
Okay, that interaction realized the guiding wind towards the full barrage. That's gonna be interesting if they actually used it. Oh man,
It has a lot of interactions that is very, very particular into the guiding wind. But now the game fact though, Chefin.
Keith Ravella becomes the 81st hero to debut in MPL Indonesia Season 14 after last appearing in MPL Indonesia Season 13 by Dreams, where they suffered a defeat against Dewa. That is game fact by new application GoPay.
If you guys are wondering why the Ixia is not here, is because the Ixia were already picked in a regular season by Skylar. It was Kescute's draft. Supercan with the Spear of Alpha, again trying to displace them. Now Super Luke caught on the bad spot. Able to flicker out. The Holy Baptism stops Aran in his tracks. But again, big battle spell burnt.
Yeah, a lot of slows from TLID, but he has been the forefront, even the backbone for Bigetron Alpha to bob and weave freely against the slows from Team Liquid ID. And I feel like that's going to be the key into what will help them traverse into the team fights. Again, so much layering from Team Liquid ID, but so far I feel like Aaron Shiki at least is able to farm properly, and you see right over there the brute force breastplate purchased by Favian just to give him that extra bit of defense. And now the deadly catch was topside.
That's the strength of the bait. Aaron is left alone though. Dealing some damage. Moreno walking forward. The Holy Baptism will find him. But now the full barrage from Aaron Shiki. Moreno pops in the real world manipulation, and it is not enough to take him down. This man on the Ixia. Iman in the bottom lane gets a tier 2, so at least it's a trade, but definitely not worth it.
Man, oh man, I thought it was gonna be a mistake coming from Aaron Shiki. BTR pulled the trigger, but it was a bait after all from Fabian and crew.
It was just a bait, and it's gonna be always Aaron Shiki being the gunner for Team Liquid ID, but now they have Prio on the Lord. I feel like the Bigetron Alpha, they can find it here, but talking about the Lord, TLID has that shred potential to take it down quickly. But the Natan is close by, and this might be a huge make or break fight.
Circling Eagle to glorious path. Superken forcing it right
The Lord.
here in the midst of it all. Fabian will be able to find Key. Superken wins it out. Moreno and Amon still able to free hit right now as Ryan gets dealt with by in front of pursuit, but Aaron Chicky will continue this onslaught and the full barrage.
Yahezkiel?
Amon going into Yahezkiel, flicker forward. Moreno very low. Aaron needs one more, but doesn't have the flicker to get it. BTR saved by Superken.
Oh, but still, surely that was TLID's win. 3 guys for BTR for the Stallions.
Yep. Super Ken. His retribution on point. There was criticisms towards him picking the X-Borg against the Ling, but not winning the retry battles and the objective takes. But this time around, at least, he was able to get it. But take a look at how crucial Key is. The moment he dies, the slows TLID becomes so much dangerous, and then Aaron Chicky can just free hit from the back with the extra range that the extra has, and Bigetron Alpha, they want to collapse.
On to Entropy, Aaron Chicky really low. Aran trying to go for the sandwich play right now, but he's going to be caught in a bad spot. He has the vengeance, remember, so he's going to be poked down quite well. Full barrage used up to go for this Lord. Almost getting a bonus with Superken. They've used a big ultimate. BTR now corralling over Aran in the bush. Will be able to recall. Good defense from TLID.
There you go, the favor too from Iman to further his goal, to further his farming. And now, BTR, it's actually leading the game in economy. I didn't really expect that. Meanwhile, Iman feels like he's gonna be, you know, he's the marksman, but so far he's the one who's been diving the most.
Okay, if we want to talk about the Natan, I feel like yes. A lot of burst damage if it's going to be a 1v1 against the Ixia, but the Ixia has that extra CC. So it kind of changes my mind into the 1v1 situation later on against Aaron Chicky. But talking about the base defense and the high ground effectiveness, I feel like Natan has it, but Ixia also can poke you out from afar with the full barrage later on. So if Bigetron Alpha won a siege, they have to really zone out Aaron Chicky, but that's not going to be something easily achievable. If Key is gonna die and that slows always remain in the place, I feel like Team Liquid ID will have that victory over Bigetron Alpha in the sieges. But talking about Aaron Chicky, I feel like he has to be kept very, very safely. It almost feels like a protect Mr. President type of comp to Team Liquid ID against Bigetron Alpha. And now Bigetron Alpha, all they have to bank on is some good anti-slows.
Spear of Alpha though over to Aran. Now the real world relation, but Aran is going to be picked off. Superken caught in the bad spot right now. Superken holy healing saving. Circling E gonna full barrage! That's the Matilda to bring him forward. Now Moreno with a steal onto the deadly catch, getting Aaron low, but it's not enough to take him down.
New tech guiding me on towards the full barrage. Well, it's not entirely new, but surely Nampila Indonesia playoffs right now as they are going to move on towards the mid lane. They're gonna take a lot of things from Bigetron Alpha.
Yeah, that's also a tech, right? Because the problem of full barrage with Ixia is that you can't really gap close. Once you pop the full barrage, you're set in stone unless you have a flicker. With the guiding wind, it enables you to gap close with the enemy. Moreno!
Forcing to flicker out before the Lord fight. Massive win for Team Liquid ID, and for the first time this game, they get a hold of that gold lead.
And back to my point, right? There's a lot of interactions you can use with the Guiding Wind. Again, like the Mystic Gush by Gord that can always be paired with the Guiding Wind. And now I feel like the full barrage is just a perfect combo that can help the Ixia gap close with the full barrage and then kind of like poke and burst down the front line of Bigetron Alpha. That is something that they have to watch out.
Superken is in the midst of this Lord Pit. He is literally in there. Yahezkiel getting free poke now with Spear of Alpha and the real revelation. Luke, Superken winning out the retreat battle right now, but Aaron Chicky is still waiting on the full barrage timing. It's a double kill for Yahezkiel. Moreno gets a trade for it. Iman going for some damage. He will be able to find one. Full barrage. This time no flicker, no witty to save or to get him closer. 2 for 2, but the Lord went to BTR.
Oh my goodness, Superken once again being the savior of the red robots, taking 2. Those 50-50s, it's not even 50-50s. He was not in a favorable positions for 2 times.
It's disgustingly insane and very good, man.
Winner Nature popped in already with Entropy as well, despite being his death, but no, he's able to escape now. Key walking forward, getting the holy baptism. Moreno stealing away the deadly catch. No kills on the board. Lord in hand, still full HP, marching down up top.
Oh my goodness, Yahezkiel right now. He hasn't filled the Ice Queen 1 just yet. It's gonna be interesting to see. Because so far, out of all the players in Indonesia's playoffs, he's the only one that built this item. And I think right now, it works perfectly. And shout out to one of the players in NA, man. I got rose gold, dog.
Hey, last time someone got rose gold, they got reverse swept. Wait, that happened.
Hey, the rose gold is actually pretty good because, you know, you don't kind of want to waste that immortality because you can item swap it later, number one. Number two, as Ixia can hit safely from the back, so you don't want to buy that immortality because you know you can hit from the back and you want that extra damage. But again, it serves as kind of like an anti-magic burst that gives you that extra shield once you're very low. And he really needs it against the Valentina, against Jonathan specifically as well. But again, back to my point, it's insane how Aman is 4-0 deathless, considering the fact that Team Liquid ID has a very solid composition with the slows and the pokes. This guy is just insane. But Aaron Shiki, I feel like Ixia's, their late games are underlooked. But the problem is that once they have the momentum, once she can free hit from the back, that is where it becomes a problem for Bigetron Alpha. Now, Bigetron Alpha, they have to think of a way on how to skip this Ixia, probably just dive into it in the back line. But again, they have to remember, they have to keep Key alive because this is, or he is, the backbone of Bigetron Alpha to pass through the slows and the AoEs and the zoning of Team Liquid ID.
A pinch maneuver onto Super Ken, who has used the Spear of Alpha. The Holy Baptism coming down as well with the full barrage. Super Ken will probably lose his life. It's a full dive from the back line. Super Luke goes for Aaron. Shiki will be melted down. He goes for Witty as well, but it's not going to be enough right now. Is Aman? Oh! He has tail on the real world manipulation. 4 members deleted from Bigetron Alpha.
Most improved player, second team. All MPL Indonesia Season 14. The rookies from TLID. They have all the things in the world to end this right now. It's only Moreno all alone.
All alone against 5. No longer the lone stallion. This is a full cavalry charge. Moreno able to clear out of the way right now. The mini waves will be spawning, but it will not be enough. Right now, the base wide open. Key will be spawning in 3, and 3 seconds isn't enough to make this defense.